Alright, here for round 4. We get to be on the play. Guess we'll keep. Depending what kind of deck he is, Sand might actually be okay. We definitely want to draw like a Tormenting Voice or Jace to get rid of one of these goggles, assuming that he doesn't have just like a ton of discard that shreds our hand. And in that case, we actually just still want to draw those cards to hopefully find some better stuff. Honored Hierarch. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to kill that. No idea what deck he's playing. I would guess a Cryptolith Rites deck. I think Honored Hierarch is actually surprisingly good in that style of deck. Our sideboard is not very well set up to interact with that kind of a deck, but looks like he's just way more aggressive here. Scythe Leopard. No more fetch lands in the format though, so not really sure what's going on from our opponent's side. We don't have a whole lot ourselves though, but we are still pretty high on life. He plays another landfall creature and then like an evolving wilds. It could be bad. Jotty Offshoot. What is going on? This guy's deck looks weird. I'm all about some Jotty Offshoot. That card is a lot better than I ever thought it was initially. It's like a 1-mana Herdnar? Not Herdnar. What's the one from Zendikar that land falls and you gain 2 life? No land, eh? Not very good in a landfall strategy. Retreat to Kazandu. Okay, so he can gain some life or put a counter on his stuff. Okie doke. If he goes like land explosive vegetation and just like makes 2 giant monsters that Chandra can't kill, it's pretty bad. Pretty bad. Alright. Kind of just want a 0. Get a fresh look. Zappa Frank has sent you a message. Let's see what he said. Aw, can't see what he said. That's unfortunate. Alright, so his deck's a bunch of little creatures. Doke. So we'll just leave it the same. Our deck is pretty well built, I think, to attack a large creature rush, and we don't really have a lot to bring in against them since we really just want cards that are helpful in some of our bad matchups, or at least against decks that are a little more difficult to beat with our game 1 type strategy. That's why I really like Fever Visions. But yeah, this current build, we are lacking something to kind of bridge the gap. I think another couple of cheap cards like Jorian could help do just that. You know, I already added a lot of Fiery Impulses to the deck, more than I have ever had in this version of the deck. It's possible that I want to go like fewer Lightning Axes and a little bit heavier on Fiery Impulse, and then play Jory. Because I do think Impulse is really good right now. It's pretty easy to turn on Spell Mastery in this deck. But yeah, we'll talk about all that in post, in the post game setup, I guess. I really want to know what he said. I wonder if he said, "OMG, Chandra sucks. I hate you. Your content's bad." Yeah, sure, beats. Alright, well, I guess we'll look at the deck. This is kind of what I'm leaning towards, changing it back to. It's possible that we go +1 heavy on the Fire Impulse and trim a Lightning Axe, because Axe can be very bad in multiples. Okay, match started. Oh, we can't see what he said. Oh well. Keep. His hand's tight. Mulligan to 4, eh? I'm sorry. I'm sorry your landfall deck doesn't have fetch lands anymore. Don't be mad at me. Alright, this guy's got to be playing some sort of Cryptolith Rite deck, but Maybe not. Turn 2, concede. You win. Hmm. Yeah, get this Jason there. Kind of want to kill his Loam Dryad for the rub-ins, but I guess we'll just play optimally. Mostly optimally. Mediumally. One card in hand. A Loam Dryad. We'll go thing, loot, temperate, I suppose. I feel kind of bad. He did mulligan to like 4. Let's loot with Jace. Probably pitch one of these Shivan Reefs. We'll go Thing in the Eyes Impulse. Play a Highland Lake. Put some triggers on the stack. Thing in the Ice has not looked great so far in our matches, but it does serve a purpose, which I like. And I talk about that a lot, you know, when I write about the deck and whatnot, is that, you know, they're not there to win the game. They're there to cost very little mana to threaten to end the game. And your opponent's usually going to be able to deal with it, but they're also dealing with it instead of playing a Planeswalker or, you know, playing another creature or something like that. But yeah, that was a quick match, so let's just go ahead and get into the next one.